Welcome to the album review channel, where today I am answering the question, what is the best album by Premiata, Fornieri, Marconi, which with your permission we will now refer to as PFM. Thank you. They are an Italian prog rock band and they've earned their place in prog rock history. First off, it's important to note that PFM has been around for over 50 years and they have had a long history of creating innovative and exciting music. Now, their earlier albums were particularly influential in the world of prog and they have continued to evolve and change their sound over the years. With The World Became the World, PFM came back with a new lineup and renewed focus on creating powerful, emotive music. This album is a must-have for your collection. It's got a little bit of everything and it will appeal to all prog rock fans, so you won't be disappointed unless it doesn't crumble your cookie, of course. But even if it doesn't, it's still an album that you'll want to come back to time and time again. You'll want to give it a listen. Mark my words, dear friends. So let's get into it and review the album The World Became the World by Premiata, Fornieri, Marconi, or PFM for short. Okay, so let's talk about the opening. This is called The Mountain. It's got a 2-minute choral intro which is pretty atmospheric and sets the stage for some classic prog sounds to come. More importantly, it's like a tasty little appetizer that gets you ready for the sumptuous prog rock riffs that follow. If you listen closely, you'll hear that the choral section is mostly unison movement with some rare thirds and some drastic dynamics. But let's be real here, who actually cares about that when you've got a delicious prog rock riffs to feast on? So after the choral intro, the rest of the track really takes off with some fantastic prog rock riffs. The band has a knack for creating a sense of transportive, dreamy bliss with their music, and it's kind of like the band Camel. But they also draw from the likes of Yes, King Crimson and Genesis, especially with those mellotron washes and acoustic guitars. The flute and percussion work in the more floaty sections, it's pure heaven, and the band excels in transitioning between these softer moments and the heavier riffs. The next track, Just Look Away, it has a folksy vibe that reminds me a little bit of Grantchester Meadows, but there's so much more to it than that. It's got sensitive vocals, intriguing keyboard parts and some bold but yet soft prog. And those violin and flute parts, you've just gotta love them. Next is the title track, and it is a one-of-a-kind mashup of 3 classic bands, the Moody Blues, Barclay James Harvest and King Crimson. The intro alone will transport you back in time with its retro, familiar feel so reminiscent of the Moody Blues. But then the track kicks into high gear with elements of Barclay James Harvest's folksy melodic style, and there's some very emotive vocals. Add in some unexpected time signature changes and unconventional structures a la King Crimson, and you've got a track that's truly unique and exciting. It's like a prog party all in one song. Now, add to the vocals sounding so reminiscent of Greg Lake at his best, and this track literally has everything. Four Holes in the Ground is the next track, and it's one that truly stands out on the album. It starts off with a lively, energetic, Romany-style fiddle jig that immediately captures the listener's attention, and it sets the stage for the rest of the track. Now, as the song progresses, it introduces a flute line that has a distinct Ian Anderson flavour to it with its bluesy, improvisational feel. Now, this flute work is actually paired with a bass line that's so reminiscent of the late great Chris Squire, providing a strong foundation for the rest of the instrumentation. What a comparison there. So together, these elements create a unique, lively sound that's driven by the interplay between the flute and the fiddle. The track has a sense of fun and playfulness that's infectious, and the combination of these two instruments over the solid bass line, it creates a sound that's truly one of a kind. It really is. Now, as the track continues, it incorporates some more unexpected elements like yes-style harmonies and fluid cat-on hot tin roof style jumping that help to elevate it to the next level. The next track is nicely called Is My Face on Straight, and it's definitely another standout. From the very beginning, the bass line will have you grinning from ear to ear, not my words. It's full of energy and life, and it just makes you want to tap your foot and move along with the music. It really does. The rest of the instrumentation on this track is equally impressive, and there's a blend of light and heavy sounds that keep the listener engaged. Now, overall, this track is just a joy to listen to. It's got great energy and a sense of fun that's contagious, and the musicianship is really top notch. It's one of those tracks that you'll want to put on repeat and just let it lift your mood. Add it to your playlist. I won't try to describe the music in more detail because I really want you to experience it for yourself and see what all the fuss is about. I think you'll enjoy it. Trust me, Is My Face on Straight is a track that you won't want to miss. Have Your Cake and Beat It is a track that showcases the band's ability to craft a funky groove this time. It begins with a bass bluff that feels a little bit directionless, but this rough start is quickly smoothed over as the track finds its footing and fully embraces its funky sound. The instrumentation is light and fun, with a groove that's reminiscent of Yes, but with a little more feeling and far fewer tangents. It's quite a madcap ending to the album, and it brings it to a close with a touch of aplomb. The musicianship on this track is excellent, with each member of the band fully committed to this funky sound. The end is an epic track that truly showcases PFM's musicianship and songwriting skills. From the very beginning, the beautifully crafted melodies grab your attention and refuse to let you go. The band has a knack for creating these memorable and emotive melodies, and the end is no exception. The song builds and builds, introducing new layers and textures as it goes along, until it reaches a truly epic climax, and it's literally going to blow you away. Now, I do have a couple of complaints about this album. It's only a couple. In the big ensembles, the drums can get a little lost in the mix. Also, some of the vocals can sound rough and harsh, but again, that might just be the mix. But on the other hand, when the band gets into a groove, it really is pure bliss. They've got this ability to transport you to another place, sort of like the band Camel, as we've said. These guys know how to make smooth transitions between the softer stuff and the harder riffs. One of the standout aspects of this album is the production quality. We've highlighted a couple of areas, but it's got a sound that really is crisp and clear, with each instrument given its own space in the mix. And the band has also made a conscious effort to showcase their musicianship on this album, and it really shines through in the intricate and complex arrangements. Wrong teeth in today. All the songs are well written and engaging, and they showcase PFM's ability to create this interesting and dynamic music. It really is very different. Another thing that we really appreciated is the variety of influences that can be heard throughout the album. PFM has always been known for blending elements of different styles of music into their sound, and this album really is no exception. There's hints of jazz, of folk, and even pop music scattered throughout the tracks, and it all comes together in a way that feels kind of fresh and exciting. So it's easy to see why, in my opinion, this is the best album by the band. It literally has everything on it. Now, if you agree, there's a link in the description where you can click on my Amazon link to actually buy the album if you haven't already got it in your collection. Also in that description there, you will all find 2 options where you can support the channel if you so wish. But other than that, it'd be lovely if you could smash the like option and the subscribe button if this video has add value to you. Everything helps my channel to grow. So, do you agree that this is the best album that PFM made, or do you have a different opinion? Leave me a comment below with your alternatives and let's discuss. Other than that, thank you very much for your company today, and I will see you next time on the Album Review channel. Bye for now.